This book, into volumes and printed as well as ebook formats, is an accidental one. I was trying to develop a common website of all the Indian institutes of management, so that one can have a broad understanding of the IIM family and also have significant information about individual institutes. In the process of making the website, I came across some very fascinating information that left me gasping. The intake in regular PGP of IIM family had gone to close to 7,000 from a meager 800 or so in the year 2008. How the institutions, especially the 3rd and 4th generation institutes, have grown in the last 6 to 7 years may be of great surprise to many. It was a good surprise for me also to find that they crossed a landmark of 300 intake in PGP programs, which older IIMs had taken anything from 15 to 40 years, if not more. My first experience of increasing intake in one IIM, by adding 75 students in the batch of around 30 students to make it 105 in just 4 months, had surprised even me like many others, as IIMs in those days used to take often more than a decade to add one more section. How much our non-teaching staff and faculty can deliver, I wondered. In the next such engagement in another institution, my experience was even more fascinating, with sharp increase in PGP intake from 60 to 300 in just 7 years. But when I see that not one but almost all the new generation IIMs are achieving and surpassing this feat, I am convinced that Indians can deliver lot more than what one may believe, on their own too. This fact is supported by many such experiences I came across during the course of 40 years in service, especially 30 years in academic. My post-retirement experiences buttressed this point further, when I came to realize that one hardly uses 30% of the ability that the Almighty gives to an individual, in whole of one's life. Some interesting examples were writing and publishing over a dozen books covering various aspects of strategic management, including both how to learn and teach the subject, when I was crippled with variety of ailments and confined to bed home. Likewise learning to play Casio and making an album of 62 songs of Lata Mangeshkar, one each from 1948 to 2009, all by myself and without any mentor, at the ripe age of 74 during Corona first and second waves in 2020 to 2021, was a unique experience. Learning to cook several important dishes and designing and opening a dhaba, to serve up to 10 persons all my oneself, in just 15 days' time, during same Corona period, was truly an unimaginable experience. Learning to make audios and videos and putting them on websites, creating, maintaining and running websites all by oneself, a 75 years old person, who is not able to stay at one place for more than 2 to 3 months at a time, too was an extraordinary experience. It becomes even more interesting when one realizes that all this could be carried out without any external funding or any formal office. The most surprising and fulfilling experience, however, was the development of India's first small oxygen-generating plant with cylinder filling feature, with Indian Institute of Science, IISc, Bangalore, support, and donating it a small hospital in Lucknow in just 3 months' time from May to August 2021 during the Corona second wave, in which many young people had died. All this convinces me to conclude that India has potential to serve the needs of half the globe, if it wants and gears up to meet the challenge. Over a period of last 40 years, I had developed close to 100 case studies based up on my first-hand experience of either seeing it or doing it either in industry or academics. Many of them, both major and small one, were related to management of various elements of leap-forward attempts, some successful and some unfortunately failures. As I moved from one new generation IIM to another, many of them flashed in my mind. I therefore thought to quickly recapitulate 64 such cases, as they were very relevant for the present-day context, and put it together before I lose them and clubbed them into volumes, one volume containing 33 short cases and the other containing 31 long cases. Both were prepared as ebooks and printed books format. In about 15 days' time, when I was traveling from one place to another, staying in guest house hotels, with attendant limitations. Many of these cases, 38 to be precise, have teaching notes also available along with a book on case method. These should come handy in preparing for class discussions. This book also demonstrates how to make effective and efficient customized course material for any program in a day's time. All the cases have been purchased from books on my retail sales website iimbharatdarshan.com, from where one can buy one or more chapter cases from any one or more of the 5 books, online, paying at a flat rate of 20 rupees a piece, by paying through UPI wallet or net banking. Download them in PDF form instantaneously and merge them to make a spiral perfect bound customized book in about 3 hours time. This could be a good way for faculty members to open their literature for mass use and benefit very large student and managers community in the country. This book, like common website of IIMs, iimbharatdarshan, also demonstrates a powerful new concept of how to earn infinite ROI. I hope the management teachers trainers, especially those engaged in strategic management subject, the working managers and students of management, will find the book interesting and useful one for practice of leap forward strategies. The cases covered in the book capture and highlight many important and unique factors relevant for management in a large country like India, with very high diversity in socio-cultural context, which greatly impacts leap forward strategies, but little realized, leading to failures and missed opportunities. Krishna Kumar, Guwahati, 2nd November 2022.